Hello and welcome all my friends around the world for the round 13 of Formula 1 2018 Championship. This is Naresh, your host from Autocars India, bringing you live commentary for round 13 of Formula 1 2018 Championship. Who will forget Spa-Francorchamps, one of the iconic racetrack on the calendar of Formula 1. It's a great summer holiday where every team on the paddock thought of having a relaxing 3 or 4 weeks time, but it was not. Just as the teams were preparing to go for the holidays, or rather some of them have been on the holidays, the first bombshell came from Daniel Ricciardo from Red Bull. He announced that he's switching over to Renault from 2019 season, and that rocked the boat for every team on the paddock. It just made a big impact over there. So what happened after Daniel Ricciardo decided to go to Renault? Red Bull immediately start looking for the second driver for their Red Bull, and after that the problem started at Renault as Carlos Sainz was signed by McLaren in just a week's time. So it's all shuffle which is happening on the drivers grid for 2019, with Mercedes remaining same with Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton. They are all packed up with that. Ferrari almost certain that they will have a 1-year extension for Kimi Raikkonen. However, that is to be confirmed along with Sebastian Vettel. Third best team now Max Verstappen will be racing alongside Pierre Gasly, who has been promoted from the sister team Toro Rosso. He will be coming alongside Max Verstappen for 2019 season. Renault now will be pairing Nico Hülkenberg and Daniel Ricciardo, who has switched from Red Bull to Renault for 2019. McLaren has signed Carlos Sainz, the second driver yet to be confirmed, but definitely it will be one of either Lando Norris or Stoffel Van Dorn. It will all depend what McLaren would like to do, as Fernando Alonso announced that he will not be racing in 2019. However, he is not retiring from Formula 1. That's also very clear. So signs are very clear that probably he is going to chase the triple crown of motorsports, that is IndyCar, and also World Rally Championship. He is going to compete next year. The only way he can get the triple crown and become the first man in the history after many years to achieve this crown could be Fernando Alonso. And who knows, if McLaren does well in next 2 years time and he improves, McLaren improves, so McLaren will get him back in 2020 or 2021 for the championship. It's all great for McLaren. Pierre Gasly has been moved to Toro Rosso, from Toro Rosso to Red Bull. So one seat is vacant at Toro, so they are looking for somebody to partner Brendan Hartley over there. Sauber also pretty confirmed, but we don't know as the seats will get reshuffled. And the major bomb came another week later where Force India, who went to administration under the role which was given to Sergio Perez, he took this role of heading the administration, and finally Force India has been dissolved. So new owners, dad of Lance Stroll, Lawrence Stroll, has bought over the company with his mates over there, and most probably there will be some action happening over there in terms of drivers too. We are all set for great action. Summer break, which was nowhere close to the summer break for many people like Christian Horner, who was under lots of stress during the summer break. However, we are back at Spa and we are going to see some great action here as Ferrari and Mercedes are locking horns. Mercedes is still ahead in terms of championship. How the championship has folded till now since the start of Melbourne as the first Grand Prix of the season. It was won by Sebastian Vettel, followed by Sebastian Vettel winning also Bahrain Grand Prix. Then came Daniel Ricciardo winning Chinese Grand Prix, followed by Azerbaijan Grand Prix, which was won by Lewis Hamilton. First win of the year. He had to wait for 4 races to come. Then he made a double win with winning in Spanish Grand Prix, followed by Monaco, which was won by great race by Daniel Ricciardo over there from pole to finish, despite of almost 100 horsepower less in his car. Then came Sebastian Vettel once again winning Canadian Grand Prix after almost 20 years of Formula 1. Lewis Hamilton reclaimed the win in French Grand Prix, one of the triple headers which started off over there. And then came Austrian Grand Prix, which was won by Max Verstappen in front of his home fans, followed by Sebastian Vettel winning British Grand Prix. And then came the final triple header, which was won by Lewis Hamilton, followed by Hungarian Grand Prix before the summer break, also won by Lewis Hamilton. So Lewis Hamilton going in good shape, where we all know in the Germany, the mistake which was done by Sebastian Vettel definitely will be biting him very badly. So we are all there. Belgium, nearly all Belgians live in cities with an urban population of over 97%. Some fact and figures about Belgium, the Spa-Francorchamps. This Grand Prix is going to be held due to its natural water resource. The town of Spa is where the word spa originates. So you will be wondering how the spa word came from. This is the origin of that. Belgium is world famous for chocolate and beer. There are over 1100 varieties of beer made in Belgium. So next time when you are catching up a beer, do remember Belgian Grand Prix and do remember Belgian beer. 63rd World Championship Belgian Grand Prix this year we are having. In terms of circuit, longest track on the current calendar, 7.004 kilometer. Original layout was 14.9 kilometer, which was tapered off in the times to come. Verstappen has never completed a lap in the top 4 positions here. I'm sure he's going to, or he will like to break that jinx here. This weekend will be Hamilton's 111th start for Mercedes, surpassing his career total at McLaren, which was 110. He's the only man to make 100 Grand Prix starts for two different teams. Well done, Lewis Hamilton. .004 kilometers, 3 sectors, 358 top speed kilometers per hour, 19 turns, race lap record sits with Sebastian Vettel 1 minute 14.177. Who will forget 1998 mayhem which happened in Belgian Grand Prix right at turn 1, lassos. And 2011 Weber and Alonso accident, that is also something which was grueling for both the drivers. 2000 Mika Häkkinen and Michael Schumacher rivalry, which was at the best at Camel Straight in Spa-Francorchamps. Tire choices, you have medium, soft and super soft, tire stress 505, lateral force 505 here. Looks to be two-stopper race for most of the drivers. And just to update you, you have penalties coming for Valtteri Bottas and Nico Hülkenberg as they have changed their power units here. Driver Championship, Lewis Hamilton 213 points leading from Sebastian Vettel in second position with 189 points. Kimi Räikkönen following in third, 146. Followed by him is Valtteri Bottas on 132 points. Then both the Red Bulls of Ricciardo and Verstappen on 5th and 6th positions, and distant 5th and 6th position, I would say. In terms of constructors, Mercedes leads with 345 points, not much ahead. Ferrari just 10 points trailing. Red Bull Racing in third position on 223 points. Renault in fourth position with 82. Force India has been stripped off of all the points there, and hence Haas Ferrari goes to fifth position with 66 points. McLaren on 6th, 52 points. Toro Rosso on 28 points, 7th position. Sauber Ferrari 18. Williams 4 points in 9th position. And Force India yet to open the account for 2018. Qualifying session starts in 2 minutes time. In terms of practice session, Vettel has been the fastest in first and third practice sessions. Kimi Räikkönen not far behind in the third practice session. Both Ferraris looking all set to lock horns with Mercedes and getting the pole position and 1-2 lock up for Ferrari. However, Mercedes getting smart, green light for Q1 goes on. 18 minutes in Q1. Lewis Hamilton is the first one to come out of the pits and have a go. Also, bit of news going on Fernando Alonso when he announced that he will be not racing in 2019, and he said Red Bull did approach them for a seat where things didn't work out. However, Christian Horner denied that they approached Fernando Alonso, and we are getting the news that Fernando Alonso wants Red Bull to apologize after they denied his claim. They offered him a drive for 2019. 37-year-old said Red Bull approached him about the seat being vacated by Daniel Ricciardo, who is joining Renault. But two-time world champion Alonso has since said he would be leaving Formula 1 at the end of the season, with Pierre Gasly moving to Red Bull instead. It was not the case for me to join this adventure, said Alonso. So Alonso refused the seat rather than Red Bull. So it's heating up discussions, and fighting between all the drivers. War of words is on. As most of the cars on the track, looks to be 10% chances of rain here, not having a threat, and also this track dries up very fast, so we do not see much of a challenge. Minutes to go on Q1. Raikkonen is the first one on the track to set the fastest timing here as he completes sector 1, which is purple sector for him. Of course, he's the first one to set up, so he's presently in sector 2, setting up good. Raikkonen looks good to clinch the pole here, and as the Bottas is going to start back of the grid, courtesy his engine change, power unit change, which has happened alongside Nico Hülkenberg at the back of the gate. In the meantime, Hamilton is the one who is going to cross the line as the first one as he goes in sector 3 here. One of the, I would say, concern, we would like to see the real action coming from Mercedes and Ferrari here as Grosjean goes P1, Gasly's P2 as of now, Magnussen goes P3, and here comes a Lewis Hamilton, crosses the line, 1.2 seconds clear, he goes P1. Raikkonen is 5/10 already faster than Lewis Hamilton here. Bit of raindrops falling on visor of Lewis Hamilton there. Raikkonen, as he comes down, crosses the line, and he goes P1 comfortably. Lewis Hamilton is P2 as of now. Ericsson goes P3 for Haas. Grosjean is P3, P4, and Vettel goes P2 now. Slightly slower than Raikkonen, 4/10 slower. Looks good for Kimi Raikkonen in this qualifying session. Tire choices, soft, super soft. Some drivers are choosing to go for super soft. However, Ferrari, Kimi Raikkonen and Vettel has chosen soft tires alongside Lewis Hamilton. Rest all the drivers are choosing super soft tires. So as of now, Raikkonen leads. He's provisional P1. We are 11 minutes in Q1 here. Verstappen now, he starts his time lap. 11 minutes to go for this qualifying session 1 to get over.
Between the words to say the words you remember. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. Lose it all. Feel it in your heart. Feel it in your legs. Feel it on your fingertips and feel it in your head. Just let your body go. Just let your body go. Just let your body go.
So Hamilton is going to do one more lap and he will be using that lap to learn the track more. Verstappen, in the meantime, comes around, crosses the line, and he goes P3. Not a bad time at all, as he displaces Lewis Hamilton, but he is on super soft tires, remember. And bit of a lock-up from Lewis Hamilton on his soft tires there. Technical changes which has been taken care by Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen Red Bull cars. They have tapered off the rear wing to get more drag on the car, and they know their power is definitely lacking as compared to Ferrari and Mercedes, so they want to let off some drag over there to get maximized straight line speed what they can. As straight line speeds are expected to be in the range of 325 kilometers plus on this track. Fast moving track, this Spa-Francorchamps. Drivers in relegation zone as of now: Perez, Sirotkin, Ocon, Sainz, Bottas. Both the Force Indias are in relegation zone, with Sainz from Renault and Bottas from Mercedes. Bottas may not even take part as he knows he's going to start at the back of the grid. However, Hülkenberg, he has already made a run and he is P8. Sainz is on the track right now. Let's see what Sainz can do, as he knows Hülkenberg is anyway going to start at the back of the grid. Sainz will be moving to McLaren next year, and probably you never know, late this year also, as his contract gets over in September this year. Elimination zone: Van Dam, Stroll, Sirotkin, Sainz and Bottas. Seven and a half minutes to go for this qualifying session, first after the summer break at Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. Elimination zone: both the McLarens are in elimination zone as of now, with Lance Stroll, Sergei Sirotkin, both the Williams, and Valtteri Bottas of Mercedes, who anyway is going to start at the back of the grid. Daniel Ricciardo, as of now, he is P12. Doesn't look very comfortable in his car, Daniel Ricciardo. Lots of experimentations are going on at Mercedes camp to learn the tires more and extract maximum out of them, as they do see that they are definitely not faster than Ferraris here, as Daniel Ricciardo crosses and he goes only P10. Bit of a work going on Kimi Raikkonen's car. He's presently P1, comfortably P1. 3/10 of the second clear of Lewis Hamilton, who won P2 a while back. Vettel in third position, 4/10 down. Verstappen in fourth, followed by Ocon, Perez, both the Force Indias. Leclerc in Sauber, followed by Nico Hülkenberg, Roshan, Ricciardo in 9th and 10th position. However, concerned drivers, both the McLarens in relegation zone, along with both the Mercedes and Valtteri Bottas. Also bit of a stats. Longest active streak without a Q1 elimination. Valtteri Bottas. He sets up the longest streak. 61 Grand Prix since he has not been part of the Q1. And Valtteri Bottas has been confirmed. He has the longest streak. Looks to be, however, he's coming out for one out lap and probably is going to put some time over there in his Mercedes car. Minutes to go in this session Q1. Valtteri Bottas finally comes on the track and he is on his time lap there. Looking quick with his new engine. Though it is not of much of relevance as he's going to start at the back of the grid anyways. Drivers still sitting in relegation zone are the same, both the McLarens alongside both the Williams over there, and of course Valtteri Bottas. Valtteri Bottas also on super soft tires. Definitely he'll have a great lap, there's no doubt about it. However, that is not going to count much on that. But he's on the track just to ensure he comes out in front of Nico Hülkenberg. At least saves one position. As Valtteri Bottas, he goes P2. Lap will not be of much of relevance though. So as of now, relegation zone, both the McLarens alongside both the Williams and Marcus Ericsson of Sauber, who is on the out lap here. With just 1 minute 20 seconds to go, Fernando Alonso and Stoffel Vandoorne both are out on the track now. They will like to give their best to bring their car out of relegation zone in this Q1 right at the beginning. Q1 looks good for Fernando Alonso, but only good for P17 there. So definitely chips are down for McLaren and Williams finding themselves back of the grid. Brendan Hartley is sitting at the bubble on P15 as of now. We have just 30 seconds to go for Q1 to get over. Sirotkin, Hartley, Stroll, all on the track. trying to give maximum to come out of the elimination zone here. Sirotkin is the first one. Let's see what he can do. Do not expect much. There may be some shuffling of positions if at all that happens. This is his first season in Formula 1, Sergei Sirotkin, the Russian. As he crosses the line, and where does he do? Yes, he does move up ahead of Stoffel Van Dom, his P80. Haki, and he moves up, he comes out of relegation zone and put Gasly in P50. Lance Stroll, he crosses, he stays P90. Charles Leclerc, he's in P10 as of now, he's on a faster lap. And let's see, once he crosses the line, just about in the last corner, as he comes around and crosses the line, Charles Leclerc. Does he improve his timing? Yes, he does. He goes P7. Carlos Sainz and Renault, he also crosses and he goes P. Actually, Carlos Sainz has not improved, he's P15 only. Fernando Alonso now, once again, he crosses. Where does he go? Alonso stays 17th. Van Dom stays last. However, Marcus Ericsson in Sauber, he's done it. He goes P10. Carlos Sainz is out. So Carlos Sainz has been relegated from Q1. One of the McLaren prospective drivers for next year, Carlos Sainz, has not even qualified for Q2 here. So all set straight, all the statistics. Sainz out, Renault, Alonso out, McLaren, Sirotkin and Stroll out for Williams, Van Dom out for McLaren. Qualifying session 1 gets over. 5 slowest drivers get out, and we wait for a few moments before the start of Q2 here. Friends, in the meantime, as the session goes over, do remember to like and subscribe my channel. This is Autocars India, which brings you live commentary of Formula 1 season all the way, qualifying and the race day. This is round 30, which is being held at Belgium Spa-Francorchamps, and Ferrari is trailing behind Mercedes, but looks good here to have the pole positions in their name. Juan Pablo Montoya, he is also in McLaren garage as he sees Fernando Alonso coming out. Pity for Fernando Alonso, but good, he has made his decision. He will not be running in Formula 1 next year. What is the point of running in Formula 1 when he knows he's going to always battle for last few positions on the track? So Q1 gets over, Raikkonen tops the timesheets, followed by Valtteri Bottas, who was on super soft tires. Hamilton on soft tires goes P3, Vettel also on soft tires goes P4, Verstappen 5th, Grosjean 6th, good 6 for Grosjean, Ricciardo only 7th, Charles Leclerc 8th position, Magnussen 9th, Marcus Ericsson 10th. Drivers who are out are Pierre Gasly, Carlos Sainz, Alonso, Sirotkin and Stroll. So it's a green light for start of the Q2 session. This is going to be very, very interesting as both the Saubers are knocking the doors in Q1 as Leclerc and Ericsson are in top 10. So it will be interesting to see who are the top 10 cars who are going to qualify for Q3 here. In the meantime, we do expect some rain showers which are just about 5 minutes away from the track. Looks to be interesting as we are going to see some mixed action if the raindrop falls, and there will be change of strategy for the drivers. And remember, we have to be very, very careful as it's a long track, fast moving corners, and it takes no time to make a mistake on this track. Also interesting statistic, if Kimi Raikkonen goes and gets the podium, this is going to be his 100th podium of his career, which is very, very likely he is going to reach there. As Kimi Raikkonen starts his time lap, he is in sector 2, good sector 1, purple sector for him, fastest of all. As Kimi Raikkonen goes around in last few fast flowing corners before he comes down to the last corner, a very difficult corner on this track for Kimi Raikkonen. He looks to be set as of now to be comfortably getting P1 for him. It's pity for both the McLarens who are out in Q1. It's a shame. As Kimi Raikkonen comes around, crosses the line, and he goes comfortably P1. Lewis Hamilton is behind him. He's actually faster in sector 2. Lewis Hamilton crosses the line and he stays only P2. Vettel is behind him. What does Vettel do? Vettel goes P3. Ricardo goes P4. New track record by Kimi Raikkonen here In the meantime, Brendan Hartley goes P5. Strong performance by Brendan Hartley here. Verstappen is behind them. In fact, Verstappen goes 6/10 quicker than Ricciardo. Sebastian Vettel, bit of a mistake in one of the sectors, and that costed him time. Also, bit of a mistake from Charles Leclerc, as we are getting some raindrops on the track. 10 minutes to go for this session. Ricciardo should be pretty safe in his P5, but good lap overall by Brendan Hartley and Gasly. However, they are in relegation zone now, as drivers in elimination zone: Brendan Hartley, Charles Leclerc, Marcus Ericsson, Valtteri Bottas, Nico Hülkenberg, and surely Bottas and Hülkenberg are not going to set any time now. So it will be interesting to see what positions drivers gain here. No Valtteri Bottas, he's still in the car. As one of the Red Bulls comes to the pits to have a fresher change of tires, getting ready for the second run. Kimi Raikkonen leading P1, 1 minute 41.627, a track record on this track. Lewis Hamilton P2, Vettel in third position, Verstappen and Ricciardo fourth and fifth, Roman Grosjean, Magnussen of Haas 6th and 7th, Force India's Perez and Ocon 8th and 9th, Pierre Gasly in 10th position. As Q2 goes into last 6 minutes, drivers in relegation zone: Brendan Hartley, Toro Rosso, Charles Leclerc, Marcus Ericsson, Sauber, Valtteri Bottas and Nico Hülkenberg of Mercedes and Renault respectively. Both of the drivers are not going to take part in, probably they are not going to come on the track, as they will be starting at the back of the grid tomorrow. Slight rain showers, which are just about 20 kilometers from the track, could make their way during the qualifying session, but doesn't seem to be affecting much of the proceedings what are happening there. Raikkonen is comfortably P1 here, 1 minute 41.627 seconds. With Pierre Gasly in 10th position as of now. Better of the drivers for sister team of Red Bull, Toro Rosso. As the car starts going back on the track for the second run, as Sauber once again comes out first. Behind him is Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton. Marcus Ericsson is the first one to come out with 3.5 minutes to go for Q2 here. Bit of rain could make a difference in Q1, but as of now it looks pretty straightforward that top 6 drivers are going to be remaining from Ferrari, Mercedes and Red Bull there, unless there is a springing surprise from the Haas car, which looking to be good to challenge, would be one of the positions from Red Bull. Pierre Gasly presently at P10. As Ericsson, Charles Leclerc starts his time lap there. Battle of teammates is on for Charles Leclerc as he's on P12 and Ericsson is on P13. A lot of internal team battles are going on. If you see Sauber or Williams or Force India or Haas, or for that matter in Toro Rosso too. All drivers are pushing absolutely to the limits. Now as Q2 gets into last 1 minute of time. Leclerc looks good. He's quick, definitely. However, it has to be seen how quick is he. Can he come out of elimination zone here? As he hustles his car on fast moving corners. Charles Leclerc is not so quick and is definitely slower than Gasly, who is in P10 as of now. He should be happy if he can overtake Brendan Hartley, as Brendan Hartley is presently P11. Let's see what Charles Leclerc can do. In the meantime, Bottas has gone fourth. He has been on the track. Valtteri Bottas pushes Esteban Gasly down as Leclerc cannot improve his time. He stays P30. Roman Grosjean now, presently P6, stays P6. Magnussen P9, stays P9 there. Lewis Hamilton, presently P3, just coming around the corner. Nice handling of the car as he crosses the line, stays P3 there. Sergio Perez, presently P10. Can he improve his time? Yes, he does. He goes P6. Driver at risk, Kevin Magnussen on P10. Doesn't look to be that he will be challenged. So Q2 is over. Drivers who have been eliminated, both the Toro Rossos, Gasly and Hartley are out. Both the Saubers are out of Leclerc and Ericsson, and Marcus Ericsson and Nico Hülkenberg. He did not set the time. Of course, he's going to start from the back. So he remains P15. He did not take part. So top 10, Vettel, Raikkonen. Vettel eventually went faster in Q2. So Vettel, Raikkonen, Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen, Perez, Grosjean, Ricciardo, all complete top 10. And there is a bit of rain falling also on the track, which is going to fix up things and make it very, very interesting. It could be a bad luck for Ferrari here once again, as it happened in Hungary, where due to the rain which came into in qualifying, spoiled the chances for Ferraris to clinch the pole. And here also Ferrari looks definitely very, very strong to get the pole here. But if rain comes, we all know how strong is Lewis Hamilton in the mixed conditions. However, we'll see some moments to go for that.
So much louder. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. We lose it all. Feel it in your arms, feel it in your legs, feel it on your fingertips and feel it in your head. Just let your body go. Just let your body go. Just let your body go.
Sergio Perez did good to qualify 6th. Esteban Ocon was 9th in the position. However, both the Force Indias are comfortably in Q3. Looks good, new team, and they are going to keep the brand name Force India probably for this year, as this is purely due to the fans and their brand name which they carry. However, no control from the earlier owners of Force India. So it's not going to be called anymore Sahara Force India. It is going to be Force India. And they are all the points won in the championship in 2018 will be stripped off. So they literally are starting with 0 points. but we do expect the strong show which is being shown here. Probably they'll be able to overtake Williams during this first race itself, as Williams have 4 points in this Constructor Championship this year. Interestingly, Valtteri Bottas is looking set to take part even in Q3, despite of being the fact that he is going to be starting at the back of the grid. Good show by Team Mercedes and Valtteri Bottas. As Haas and Force India are consistently going to the top 10 Q3 shootouts regularly. Let's see what happens. Everybody's on the super soft tires. Let's see if rain can mix up things, as there is a bit of water in some places on the track. These are mixed conditions and very tricky conditions. So drivers need to be very, very careful how they negotiate the turn. So yes, they do have light rains and we go green. 12 minutes to go in this session. Fight for pole begins with both the Mercedes out, all the cars out in fact. They were all lined up at the exit of pit lane. Just for the statistics, last 5 consecutive pole positions have been taken by Mercedes drivers here at Spa. So, challenge at Spa always being won by Mercedes, at least for the qualifying part of it. Let's see how they fare today in this qualifying session. As the rain is coming down a little bit heavily now. Definitely tricky conditions. Very, very interesting conditions to see now. Let's see what the drivers prefer to do. Stay on the slicks or go for the intermediate. So definitely the rain is on. on. And and here we go. Valtteri Bottas is the first one. He goes off the track. Lucky enough, it doesn't have any sort of touching anywhere. All the drivers go slowly now. Valtteri Bottas, as last few corners are really treacherous conditions there, as they go slowly in last few laps, and straight away both the Mercedes decide, Red Bull decide, Ferrari decide to go for the intermediates. I think it's a wise decision. Looks like Ferraris are not ready for what to do. Red Bull has gone for intermediates. Ferrari, bit of chaos in Ferrari garage, as Ferraris and also the Mercedes have decided to bring their cars inside, whereas Red Bull decides to put the intermediates on their cars and go on the track. It's going to be very tricky, as Red Bull decides to bring its car for intermediates, as Valtteri Bottas has a spun which happened due to that very wet condition. Lucky for Valtteri Bottas, he didn't touch the car anywhere. Also Lewis Hamilton, bit of wobble for him too, but he controls the car well. Definitely not the condition for slicks, and this is where Max Verstappen, he's on intermediates. Red Bull could be gaining from this, and it's a proper rain which is happening, as Perez also nearly hits the barrier, but he tries and is able to keep his car on the track. Now Mercedes goes on intermediates. So it has become a battle of a lucky person who is going to be on the field to get the pole position, and now game on for both the Red Bulls also to clinch the pole here. Very interesting how Red Bull, Ferrari and Mercedes are going to tackle this situation. As Daniel Ricciardo is going to start his time lapse. Nobody has set the time as of now. Daniel Ricciardo is the first one on intermediate tires. Let's see how it does. Bit of lock off. Definitely. Rain is not going to reduce. In fact, it's going to increase. And Red Bull could be the gainer in this position. And it could be Ricciardo as the situation gets worse and worse. Let's see. What does he do? Daniel Ricciardo. This could be the best chance for Daniel Ricciardo. He has to hold his head together and ensure he doesn't make any mistakes on the track. And he goes off. So Ricciardo does go off, but he still continues, and definitely the conditions are not good. He's going all over. Max Verstappen also. He is the quickest of both the Red Bulls. Looks, it may be Verstappen who is going to deliver the shock result here, as the conditions are getting worsened. Let us see what Red Bull can do. Definitely the things are going to be very interesting here. Verstappen going very cautiously with 5.5 minutes to go in this session. Let's see what he can do as rain has cleared from the track. time. Verstappen goes P1, Ricciardo is second. It's going to be all to the last lap as the rain has stopped and track is going to evolve from here on. Kimi Räikkönen gets only P4 here. So it's going to be very, very strategic who gets a pole position. Räikkönen does go P1 as of now. And track is going to evolve now, that is for sure. As Daniel Ricciardo decides to stay and he would like to better his time on these intermediates. Very, very interesting conditions here at Spa. Slight rain for 5 minutes has changed the mix of the things, where it was looking to be sure for Ferrari to get the pole position, and it has opened the position for all the 10 drivers who are on the grid. As Daniel Ricciardo hustling his car on intermediate tires. Meantime, Lewis Hamilton, he goes P3, Ricciardo is presently P5, Magnussen is P4, Verstappen is P2, Vettel is presently P6. Let's see what Vettel has to offer here. As conditions are improving now by every second. Daniel Ricciardo comes around start-finish straight. Where does he finish? Daniel Ricciardo, he goes P3. So good lap from Daniel Ricciardo. Verstappen comes and he stays P2. Vettel is the next man. Comes and he crosses the line, takes P1. Vettel is on provisional pole. Remember, Hamilton is behind him. Let's see what Hamilton can do here. Vettel has a chance that he can still make it up, come in the pits, put on slicks and try to go for one more lap there. He's anyway on pole position. Lewis Hamilton, and he goes off the track. Lewis Hamilton spoils the lap altogether. Lewis Hamilton. Vettel and Ferrari as of now P1, P2 there. Verstappen, Ricciardo P3, P4. Hamilton is only P5. He was doing very good, Lewis Hamilton, until he has a moment and he goes off track. So Lewis Hamilton presently P5. Vettel is making one more lap on these tires. So Hamilton is setting himself for one more last time, as Vettel is already on a faster lap. He should not be making a mistake there, so definitely he will improve, but he has to understand Hamilton is the one who is going to come out last, so he will definitely have some advantage. Sebastian Vettel presently going as hard as possible. Track is evolving. Lewis Hamilton has an advantage, so Sebastian Vettel has to ensure that he gives very best on this lap without making any mistake. Same thing has to be done by Kimi Räikkönen there. He's not going to get another chance here as he brakes very cautiously. Sebastian Vettel in sector 3 comes around, start finish line. What does he do? Can he improve his time? Yes, he does, by 1.2 seconds. He's still staying out, whereas Kimi Räikkönen has come out of the car. Why did Kimi Räikkönen is not on the track? Probably he may lose out. Lewis Hamilton in the meantime, he's making purple sector there. But remember, Sebastian Vettel is still on the track. So that is going to be positive for Sebastian Vettel. As Lewis Hamilton, he's on the track. He's gone fastest in the first sector. Remember, second sector is on for Lewis Hamilton. 14, and here 1.4 seconds, he's faster. So he will get P1. Lewis Hamilton, game on. But remember, Sebastian Vettel is still on the track. He will have the last lap. Esteban Ocon in the meantime, P7. Lewis Hamilton is definitely going to get above. And guess who? You have Sergio Perez in P2 as of now. Hamilton definitely is faster, but Sebastian Vettel is on the track. Ocon is also on the track. Sebastian Vettel has to find the time to clinch the pole position from Lewis Hamilton. Raikkonen is definitely a big loser in this condition, where he decided not to go on the track. Esteban Ocon, in the meantime, he is presently P8. Sergio Perez is P3 already. Will Force India get his first pole in the first race of 2018? It will be interesting to see. Ocon is also going faster. He is presently P8. Vettel, all eyes on Sebastian Vettel as he comes around. Can Vettel overtake? Ocon remains 3. Vettel, does he do it? No, Vettel remains 2. So Force India gets his first startup of 2018. What a race going to be tomorrow. Lewis Hamilton clinches the pole. What a time for Lewis Hamilton to deliver this. Great go for Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton gets a pole, behind him Sebastian Vettel, and behind him Force India Esteban Ocon. With this, I'll close this live commentary session for qualifying for Belgian Grand Prix. Look forward to see you tomorrow for the race day. Till then, drive safely, take care. Bye.